How's that for an intro?
Perfect.
So thank you guys for joining us. We're here. Thank you again, ThoTechtical, for joining us and giving us this opportunity to shoutcast Practice Vortex Cup tournament that you guys did on Friday, right?
Yes, yeah, well, thanks for having me. Practice tournament, we did on Friday. It was a 6-rounder as well, which is pretty crazy, so we'll have some fun battles today.
And how did you do in this tournament? Because we're not showcasing you, right? We're showcasing...
No. I went 4-2. I ran a pretty spicy line with Credilli and Kingdra, and it didn't really work out that well. I was basically played with 4 Pokeball, but it was fun anyway.
Yeah, so we're featuring, his name is Johnny718Don, and he is about a mid-range challenger, but it looked like he beat some aces and some kind of higher up people in this tournament. And that's kind of the fun part about practice, it leaves some of the pressure. And...
beats some really good players, and he has a really cool team. I really like Hitmontop.
I'm looking at it, Hitmontop, what is it called? Meltan, Mel-level. This is a really good core, and with Ninetales, shadow that, so it's gonna do so much more damage to
Shadow Ninetales. Wish Cash, also something you don't see that often.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing more Wish Cash in Europe. Like at least where I'm playing, European players are bringing more Wish Cash, and the US players are bringing more Quagsire.
I'm a big fan of the Quag.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Quag because of the fact that my Mandibus beats the Quag in the zeros. I have a rank 73 Mandibus, and it's
I'll remember that.
HP. Yeah, exactly. No. to remember for the future.
No. I still have to play one game. I need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What moves are all your Mandibus?
No, nothing special. Just the same old.
All right.
For this cap, just a quick observation. I do believe that the regular Ninetale is a bit better than the Shadow one. At least in a leading scenario, because if you want to pick, for example, some matchups, like for example the regular Ninetales picks the Mantibuzz in the one shield, but not the Shadow, and you could check, but I think it's the same for Primate. I think that Shadow doesn't pick the Primate matchup.
I think a nice thing about the Shadow is that it's easier to farm down a Frostlass, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can counter swap it to a Frostlass, it might not even get the 2 Shadow Balls, and I think that's the main benefit a Shadow has over a regular.
And
exactly.
Probably when the ball should KO the Frostlass, which is not the case from the regular one.
Yeah. So it is a what you call it? It is ups and downs, I guess.
Yeah.
And you lose the Mandibus matchup in the zeros and ones. So I know this because I just played Ninetales, and I was like, oh, I win this matchup.
It's interesting that he's not running Primate, because obviously, if you've been playing any Vortex Cups at all, you have realized that Primate is the MVP of most people's teams. And I mean, Hitmontop is good, but his charge moves take forever to get to. So
it is tanky though.
Yeah, it's true.
It is very tanky. And I think a Stone Edge, I hope, I haven't looked at this, I hope we're going to see a Stone Edge hit a Mandibus this tournament. How much would that do? Wow.
70%, I think. I saw it in Labyrinth. Because there was, at the start of Labyrinth, there was a lot of Hitmontops, and then it gradually died out. All right, I'm super excited to go see how the matchups go.
Yep.
Should we go into game number 1?
Well, let's look at the teams real quick. So Team 1, he's playing against Caucasus.
All right. Also an interesting team.
Yeah.
First time I see a Thorn around, for example, and I think it's a nice month in this cup. His only problem is that there are too many fighters out there.
Yeah, but it's a good Mud Boy plus Mandibus core breaker, which is normally a pretty solid core.
That's true. Sergio, you're running a Mew. What are your thoughts on the Mew in this team composition?
Without trying to reveal what's my moveset on the Mew. No. I do believe for this Silph you have like let's say two options. The best one will be Wild Charge and Surf, because Surf is cheap, the one of the cheapest move Mew can have access to. So you could use it as a bait, or you could use Flame Charge. So basically, I think just like the two main new sets that you see on GBL, let's say.
Oh, cool. Yep. Like so, yeah. Like Avi said, we'll go over to the first matches. The first two are going to be done by Count Xevious and Tho, and then we'll just kind of alternate throughout the tournament. So we'll move into the first round here.
Go. All right. First round. What are you thinking?
All right, exactly. I'm looking at. I am looking at. To be honest, I see a lot of play from Melmetal, and also Hitmontop. Like in the no shield scenario, Hitmontop can basically take on everything except the Toxic, and it's going to be the same for similar situation for Melmetal. So basically, maybe a Wishcash pivot with two, I don't know. I expect to see one of these two, Hitmontop or Melmetal, definitely.
Yeah, I think both are very strong. He could even, I think he could even choose to pivot with something like Hitmontop, lure out the Toxicroak, and then maybe close with Melmetal. Could be very solid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking Frostlass for Johnny is also very, very powerful. But I think he does have to watch out for the Mew. Depending on the moveset, that can definitely do some work versus his entire team, even versus the Mandibuzz.
Exactly. And as we know in the zeros, it's going to be really, really difficult for Ferrothorn to pick up Mandibuzz. So in a way, he can still use Mandy as a safe swap. It has neutral matchups in the zero shields against almost all of the opponent's Pokemon.
Yeah, even versus Dewgong, it does decent, I think.
Exactly. So let's see. I'm super excited for game one.
Does lead to Melmetal. Oh, tough lead.
Oh, no.
Very tough lead.
This is really bad. Melmetal sees the Toxicroak, immediately safe swapping into Frostlass, and the opposition choosing to stay in.
Apparently doesn't have a solid answer for it, so brings in the Pelipper, kind of slow, which gives his Frostlass a huge energy advantage. I think he can just rip off 3 avalanches here and win that switch, but we'll see what it does. If he decides to shoot, he does decide to shoot. Wants to keep his Frostlass healthy.
Exactly. I think at this point he can definitely match shields, because even in the one shields with no energy advantage, Frostlass still picks up Pelipper. So with almost an avalanche and a half energy advantage, it's going to be really painful for this flying toilet seat to survive this.
Definitely. Does he shoot this Weather Ball? Yeah, he does. That would come very close to KOing.
Exactly. But it's also a very, very smart decision, because he kind of figured out now that the opponent has no answer for the Frostlass and protecting it. And now whatever comes in is either going to take a Shadow Ball or an avalanche to it.
Or has to shield. Yeah, this Mew comes in. Definitely has to shield a move. Going for the avalanche, going for the bait. I think that's really smart, because he'll get to another avalanche after this.
Exactly, and the Mew has to shield anyways, because yes, Avalanche is not super effective, but it's still going to be neutral, and Frostlass has such high attack, and Mew isn't really the bulkiest of Great League mons.
Avalanche does come through, puts the Mew into the red. That puts Johnny in a very good position now with Melmetal on the Mew. If this is like a Flame Charge Mew, this is gonna hurt, but he can still survive one. It is Flame Charge. Oh, that does quite a good chunk, but doesn't kill. Whoa! Oh, tries to catch a move. But catches the swap
there.
Yeah. Simultaneous swap, and now he has the Mandibuzz lined up for Toxicroak. He's gonna have to hit, I think, 2 aerial aces here, but Mandibuzz can do that quite easily.
Exactly. And in the one shields, Toxicroak can definitely win this matchup if it lands the Mud Bomb bait and then hits the Sludge Bomb. But I'm not sure how it's going to work out in the zeros, but Toxicroak is way too low. Even if it lands the Sludge Bomb, it can be farmed down by by the Melmetal at this range.
The Sludge Bomb? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Whoa.
Does take out the Mandibuzz. Hopefully the Mew doesn't have any energy. This is actually quite a close match.
It'll be
Alright.
CMP and Melmetal wins. Oh wow, what a close match!
Yeah, very well played. Very well played. All right, that's one game in the bag for Johnny.
I think the Mew might be running Flame Charge and Wild Charge.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah, because the Silph at that point would have KO'd the Melmetal, but he still decided to swap. So maybe it's Flame and Wild Charge.
Yeah, if it was Silph Flame Charge, he would have definitely thrown it already. It could. I saw a Dragon Claw variant as well, but it had Wild Charge Dragon Claw. I think that's a very good moveset as well. But again, I think he would have thrown it into the Melmetal already. So I think it is Wild Charge, which is quite dangerous for Johnny's team actually. So we'll see. Maybe the opponent brings it again in the next match.
Exactly, possibly as a lead this time around. Let's see how it works out.
Could be. Oh wow!
Oh yeah!
But Johnny called it as well. Hard counter with the Mandibuzz. Though a Wild Charge still definitely hurts, but Mandibuzz is such a tank. It really doesn't have to shield. Over farming.
I think
like that.
Yeah, Mandibuzz is over farming, and at this point, I think if the Mew goes Wild Charge, Flame Charging. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's a really good play because he knows that one Wild Charge print KO anyway. So he might as well just go for the Flame Charge, boost up, maybe shield the foul play, and then go for back-to-back Wild Charge. Or, yeah, he can even... Whoa! He takes it and he swaps out. Very interesting. Into the Ferrothorn. Wow. And Johnny doesn't have a... Sorry?
Oh, I mean, this is actually a great move for Johnny because if he wants to see a Ferrothorn, this is where he wants to see it.
Yeah, true. True. Though, if it's, I think it's usually Thunder Ferrothorn, and in that case, Frostlass does quite fine. But still, Mandibuzz is a great matchup here as well.
Exactly, and I think at this point, I mean, even if it's a Thunder, I don't think it KOs the Mandibuzz, even if it's a Thunder. So he's just protecting his Mandibuzz, and he's just going to throw these foul plays one after another.
Exactly. And his bullet seeds are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like if he shoots this, he's basically gonna end up with a full health Mandibuzz. But he decides to take it. Mandibuzz, such a tank, survives it, still able to get off these foul plays, and he can even decide to farm up here. Bonus doesn't shield it. That's a good play. Brings in the Toxicroak. Johnny still has a Frostlass for this though, so this is looking quite good for Johnny. Unless maybe he shoots the aerial ace. I think that's a decent move from the opponent because it would have done a bunch of damage. Yeah, the Mew is also quite low, I guess. So
exactly, and this is a very good move by the opponent, bringing in the Wishcash. Unlike Frostlass, Wishcash is such a bulky mon; it can just sit there and tank these moves from Toxicroak without having to shield. Because I think he has to save the shield for the Frostlass. The Mew definitely has a Flame Charge ready, or maybe a Flame Charge and a half. So it's going to be...
Opponent let it go. Just putting all the marbles on Mew. But that's going to be quite tough because it's already deep in the red. Yeah, he knows it's over. Doesn't even get to see the third mon this way. That's like really, really good for Johnny.
Yeah, I think at this point Johnny is 2-0 and he's just there cruising.
Yep. Very well played by him. Called the lineup perfectly.
So yeah, the next team is Johnny versus...
Thanks for the follow, Carvalho.
Yeah, thank you. So we have 2 dragons on this team. Majin's in the chat and he said earlier, where are the dragons in these lineups? Well, here's your lineup. We have a Shadow Dragonair and a Zweilous.
Interesting.
Amanda needs tech support.
Yeah, I know. I mute my mics during the other events so I can type things, but then I always forget to turn it back on. So
it's because she's streaming from the toilet.
Yeah, don't look at me.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, what
very interesting. This double dragon strategy. I think this is something that we might be seeing a bit more towards the end of the month. Maybe not with Stylus and Dragonair, but more with King Ryan to use the Octazuka debuff strategy. But it's very interesting to see this, and for you guys in the chat to check if you are facing double dragon strategy, how to adapt yourself to this strategy.
Yeah, I agree. I personally, I did a tournament already, and I didn't run a steel type. I didn't run a charm user, and I faced someone with double dragon, and like that's just so hard to beat without a steel type or like a charm user, like a charm Gallade or a charm Raichu to kill him. So yeah, if you're still working on your team, if you're still working on your team, definitely consider a steel type or a charm user, because otherwise you have a real tough time.
Do you think that they would use it like an ABB style, kind of like in GBL, so they would lead like the Frostlass with the 2 dragons in the back to lure out their counter?
Yes. I mean, the dragon counters, of course. I think the Frostlass in the mail model here. So I'm guessing if Johnny's opponent wants to do ABB, he probably needs something like Ninetales to counter the Frostlass in the mail model, and then double dragon in the back, I think, is very strong.
Exactly. And what I would like to note is that Mandibus picks all these Pokemon in the Zero Shields. All of them. That's something, and that's something I think. Hey, this is my second Mandibus that I've powered up. I have like Mandibuses for different breakpoints. I even have one with like 152.7 defense, so take less damage from powder snow. I have everything thought out with Mandibus.
Wow, share some Mandibus with the rest of us.
I actually don't think that Mandibuzz beats Swilus in the Zero Shields.
It does.
Yeah?
I can confirm.
All right, take a note.
But the Earth Slash variant, you mean, of Mandibuzz?
No, the Snarl as well. Snarl as well.
Snarl as well.
Yeah.
Yep, I played it in memory. I've definitely abused that Zero Shield matchup a couple times.
Yeah. I'm abusing it now.
Interesting sorry, Abby, go on.
That's it. I said I'm abusing it now.
No, I was just would like to highlight something interesting. I think for the people in the chat is that Frostlass seems like a perfect answer to double dragons, but the dragons here has some play against the Frostlass. For example, the Dragonair can beat the Frostlass, and the Stylus as well. If it baits correctly, he can beat the Frostlass. So if you are just considering Frostlass as your answer against dragons, keep in mind that they can just fire back as well, and they have some play against you.
Exactly, and the Dragon Breaths are so oppressive. Frostlass might only be able to beat one of them, and the other one can just Dragon Breath it down afterwards.
Yeah. It's going to be really important to maintain shields because I think something like a Wish Cache at the back is going to be so bad for Kalbyram's team. And let's see. Let's go into game number 2 and see how it plays out.
I gotta move off the screen. I'm blushing, Majin.
All right, we're back.
Yes.
All right, Majin, stop flirting with Amanda.
You made a very good point about the Wish Cache. I think it's looking very strong for Johnny. Pretty much beats Galvantula and Ninetales, and then also has a lot of play versus Swilus, Dragonair, against everything actually. So I think we're definitely gonna see the Wish Cache, and I'm thinking maybe the Mel model as well, because it does good against everything except for Primeape.
Exactly. Yeah. In a way, it should do well against let's say Ninetales, but it's going to be really, really close. I think Melmetal against Shadow Dragonair could be close because I think Aquatail does hurt the Melmetal.
Aquatail definitely hurt. I mean, everything hurts Melmetal, but Aquatail it definitely will from a Shadow Dragonair. Yes. But resisting the Dragon Breath is pretty nice.
Exactly. Let's see how and what he's going to lead. I'm gonna say he's gonna lead a Mandibus. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking Manibus as well. With Wish Cash and Melmodol on the back. That's my call. That's my call. Ooh, we got one. Incorrect.
And
Oh, almost. Yeah, Frostlass also incredibly strong for Johnny, of course. So I do enjoy this lineup. Going to take this body slam, I think, and he's going to fire aerial waves. I wonder if he's gonna stay in here or if he's planning on swapping out eventually.
I think it would be smart to stay in here because he knows he wins 0 shield. So just stay in and take the shield advantage. And if you have a shield advantage, Pokemon like Melmetal and Frostlass at the back, whew, man, that's gonna be so much charge move damage there.
That's true. Already takes your shield. I think one problem I saw with just staying with Manibus is that the backline is kind of with the Primate, but now that it's already has taken a shield, he can safely let this go, take shield advantage for Frostlass, and it can just go to town, really. Ooh, saves the move. Interesting play.
I think he just wants to bait out the Ninetales if it exists, because Ninetales at the back would be so devastating for his lineup.
Whoa! Brings in another Dragon type. Wow. What does he have in the back that's so weak against Frostlass? Maybe his own Frostlass, or maybe the Primate?
Could be, 2 dragons, so probably I would say Frostlass at the back.
Yeah.
Because he wants to deal with,
Gonna shoot this up. He can get to another avalanche, so he just wants to get rid of this dragon there. Those Dragon Breaths really hurt though. Frostlass already in the red. Won't be much use after this.
Exactly. And both Xylos and Primate have a shield saved, and this is going to be a Dragon Breath down, and whatever comes in next is going to take a move. And will this be a Dragon Pulse? If it's a Dragon Pulse, it's going to take like 60% of Melmetal's HP.
Oh, just a body slam. Interesting. Maybe he's single moved. Xylos is pretty expensive. Ooh. In comes Primate. Yeah, he can just rip off a superpower. He still has the Manibus in the back with an aerial ace as well, but it's at 1 HP, so he has to watch out he doesn't swap it into a counter. There we go. Does get off the aerial ace. Yeah, this will KO the Primate. It's a good combo move.
Now, will the Xylos be able to farm down this Mandibus and then win CMP against Melmetal? That's going to be super difficult. Yeah.
It doesn't. Melmetal gets up the superpower, and this will KO the Xylos.
Wow. I think not throwing the Dark Pulse at the Melmetal really cost him the match. But I guess in retrospect, he was expecting the Melmetal to come in and then just throw the airlace for the KO. So I understand why he decided to just spam click the body slam there.
Yeah, exactly. He was just prepared for the Mandibus. Or maybe he was expecting the Melmetal to have superpower ready before the Dark Pulse. I don't know. Anyway, well played by Johnny. I think we just move into the second game.
Exactly.
Melmetal lead this time into Xylos. Decent lead, but it's kind of bait dependent as Melmetal has to hit the superpower. Opponent decide to swap Johnny this time with Frostlass and Hitmontop in the back. Kind of doesn't want to swap either into a loaded Primate.
Exactly, especially a loaded Primate with equal shields. So at this point, he can just make the Primate commit a shield, come in with a Frostlass, and then threaten the Primate with avalanches. Yes, Avalanche is resisted, but Primate is not even a Pokemon when it comes to tanking charge moves.
Avalanche is not resisted; it is neutral, but it does do a ton. And Frostlass can luckily take one Night Slash, so he's able to take the first one, loses CMP on the second one, so has to shoot it up. And now the Primate has a tough decision to make. Does he shield? He does shield, which means they'll CMP tie on the next one, which Primate will also win. So we'll see both shields down after this interaction. think. Yeah.
This is very, very smart play from the Primate. I think he has back-to-back Night Slashes, but he decides to tie on, make the CMP tie so that the Frostlass has to throw, which is something that's really, really smart from his part. Now there is no shields, and he can bring in whatever to farm down this Frostlass.
Exactly, but Johnny still has him on top for his wireless, which, wow, these counters are really chunking. And this body slam, him on top is a really, really tanky boy, so this won't even do that much, I think. Ooh, Dark Pulse. Interesting. I think that does more to... Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Stone Edge into a Shadow? Ninetales?
Shadow.
Wait, is it normal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right,
At this point, he can just counter it down.
Yeah, barely can't counter it down, but he'll be able to Thunder Shock it down, and hopefully get to a move on the Melmetal versus Wireless.
I think he can Thunder Shock it down, and then Wireless is almost energy dry. At this point, Body Slam doesn't KO, and he's gonna get the superpower, and that
well played.
KO. Whoa, yeah.
Wow, that's Stone Edge. All the Ninetales, that was pretty crazy. I guess that's one upside to hit on top over Primate. It's just the hard hitting Stone Edge on the fire types.
Exactly, and unlike Primate, you will not be, let's say, forced to commit a shield against this virus, because if you tank a body slam, there is a potential. And you cannot throw close combat because then whatever comes after you just lose. So the only play with a Primate against Xylos is shield one's farm down and then hope you can blow up whatever is after.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's game 2. Back to the panel.
And I'm remembering to turn my mic on this time, so.
Yes, good.
Won't have to be reminded by the chat. So this is actually the first Lapras that I've seen. I thought it would be a lot bigger because it's a big threat to the Flyers, but I think the threat of Primate and also the Galvantulas and the Crustals that have been starting to come out have really scared it away from being used very much. But this person is not afraid at all. They're doubling down with a Shadow.
I think Lapras is pretty decent play actually against his team. I mean. It's good against Frostlass, Mandibuzz, Wishcash, Ninetales, and I think Silph is definitely going to hurt the Melmetal. It has the shield.
Sure, got a lot on Melmetal.
Yeah, so Lapras really looks good. The only Pokemon that I see that has no play is Drifblim, to be honest.
Yeah, Drifblim is going to be hard to bring for Elite and F2P. I guess it's free to play. All right, that's cool. Because the Melmetal and Mandibuzz are just pretty tough, and also the Ninetales. I think Ninetales generally wins this matchup. So
I was looking. I think Venusaur also has very little play, or you'd have to line it up pretty correct. I mean, the main goal of it would be to get that Whiscash out, but everything else can at least play against it fairly evenly.
I think Primate is going to be tough for Johnny though.
Exactly. I was just looking at the Primate.
Just don't bring Drifblim in a meta without Vigoroth. That's the only thing I want to say.
Yeah, it's true because as a fighter, I mean, Primate is the one that's used often, and it can at least hit back pretty hard into that Drifblim. So
yeah, with the Night Slash. And a good thing is that if you play the one shield, the regular the Lapras loses to a Ninetales, but the Shadow picks the Ninetales matchup because of this 20% bonus on the Surf. You are allowed to pick this matchup. So
nice.
The Frostlass might have some play here, beating the Mandibuzz, beating the Whiscash, beating the Frostlass, the Ninetales. So I'm expecting to see some Frostlass action.
Exactly. This does look like a very difficult match for Johnny, to be honest. I see like 3 mons that can be really, really good for Elite and free to play. It's the Lapras, Primate, and the Wishcash. Wishcash here can be definitely used as a very good safe swap, and it's gonna take a lot of work to beat these three. Let's say if used together. I would love to see Johnny play this out.
I think Johnny has a lot of play with Mandibus and Frostlass, and also I think Melmetal is quite good as well, beating 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just read. Sorry, Eric. We don't have we're kind of idiots when it comes to setting things up in the stream, so we don't have the brackets or shoutouts or any of that set up. So you're just gonna have to watch and follow along. All right, let's move into.
I'll be the ball.
Thank you, Tho. All right, let's go to the match.
All right. So you think your bets on Johnny running Melmetal, Mandibuzz, and Frostlass, right?
Yes, exactly. And I'm thinking a Frostlass safe swap is most likely, and that works quite well with Melmetal lead, I feel like.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I do think that on the elite side that the Lapras is going to probably have a lot of play along with that Primeape, and then it's kind of deciding what the third will be. Obviously, thought of Whiscash seems pretty strong against the team, especially also if used as a save swap. Although to be fair, Primeape can beat all of those pretty much in the 2 shield, I think. So that could also be a potentially good save swap.
I think Primeape save swap from Elite is the play, but we're gonna see what he does. He could also lead it. Yeah, I say we just jump into it and see what they decide to do.
Let's rock and roll.
Mandibuzz lead, all right. Into the Whiscash, just a decent lead. Just has to watch out for the Blizzard, but
Yeah.
Mandibuzz is so tanky it can.
How do you like to play it? I mean, because there's not even worth baiting because the Mandibuzz can still even tank 1 Blizzard.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you just not shield it if you're the Mandibuzz?
It depends. If you don't need the Mandibuzz for anything else, you can just let it go. But if you know that you're gonna need your Mandibuzz later, then you might have to shield. I think in this case, Johnny's letting it go because he still has the Frostlass and the Hitmontop in the back, which have like really good coverage, so he doesn't need the Mandibuzz anymore. Oh, 3 Lapras and he comes to Hitmontop. That is like really, really good for Johnny. Let's see how much the Surf does. If he lets it go, that is.
Yeah, I can imagine he's probably going to, but he might regret it.
That's
That is a healthy chunk. Yeah.
I think whoa, these ice shards are really adding up.
Holy buckets. Yeah, don't underestimate a Shadow Lapras here. I mean, even though those counters are super effective, it's still almost taken out this Hitmontop.
Yeah, Lapras shields here, and whoa, CP Ido,
Yeah.
That's massive for the Hitmontop, but he's gonna let it go, and he loses a switch advantage, which might be quite big. But
Yeah.
he does get the Lapras out of the way for the Frost and the Mendy.
It's true, but I mean, at this point, you're like, okay, if you go in with the Frostlass, you will still have to shield.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to kind of bring that in.
I really like this play because Frostlass with a shield advantage, when the Lapras is gone, especially, can just take out pretty much everything
Yeah,
in Elite.
I would agree. It's super strong against this.
Brings
This
in
cup
the
seems to
fighter.
be the cup of double shields. It's like you have one Pokemon that you're trying to focus your attention around and give it as much shields and health as possible. And
Yeah,
a lot of cases it's
definitely.
Primeape, but sometimes it's Frostlass.
Definitely. You like if the person that just sees the win condition knows what Pokemon is a double shield, usually comes out on top, and we see it right here with the Frostlass. It's not over yet, but it's looking quite good for Johnny.
So this is just a Mud Bomb, I think.
Yeah, the Mud Bombs definitely do way less damage than a Night Slash would from Primeape, so you can definitely let this go. But he's gonna have to get to the Avalanche before the Mud Bomb, I think.
I would say, or you could choose to shield and then just overfarm to 2 Avalanches.
Makes sense as well. It's a really, really nice move.
So
Yeah,
smart on his
overfarms
part,
a bunch
recognizing
here.
it, Yeah.
Yeah, 2 Avalanches ready, and now he just throws them both back to back, and he'll be able to take the game. Nice.
That's well played, yeah.
Yeah, Primeape. It's a powerhouse, but it's very squishy, so can't take this Avalanche.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Oh wait, actually survived.
Is it enough? Oh.
Gets Power Snow down.
Man.
All right. That got way closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
to
me
be
too. I
honest.
actually thought that the Avalanche took it down or took it out, but Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, usually we see some more powder snow damage before the avalanche gets thrown, so that does make a difference, apparently.
Okay. So yeah, those were pretty close matchups. I think that for the most part they played it correct, and just with Elite recognizing that the Lapras was a good swap, and noticing that, I mean, it faced its hardest counter and it still did pretty good against it. So
Yeah, but Johnny made a really good realization that once Lapras is out of the way, Frostlass can just sweep.
yep. I wonder, if they will continue a similar thought for the second game, or if Elite's gonna change it up and maybe lead the Frostlass and hope that it still catches a flyer. I don't know. We'll check
see.
it out. Yep.
Ooh, there it is, the Lapras.
Ooh. And
Yeah,
that is what
Ninetales.
you want to see.
This is a pretty even matchup, actually. Surf, I think from Shadow on Shadow does KO almost, but ooh, he's gonna let it go. Does it not KO? All right, he tanks it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he might get to 2 weather balls. It's gonna be really close. Gonna be really close.
Yeah, and with Lapras' ice typing, yeah. Okay, so he's choosing up to shield. That's smart. But yeah,
Whoa!
you're right. He
Just
does.
get to another one.
Wow, that's
That's big, because Johnny's backline is Frostlass and Mandibuzz, so they both don't really want to see the Lapras. Getting that chip is massive. What is he gonna bring in?
Oh, I would guess. Oh, that's tough. Cause
Either one would need to shield, to be honest.
yeah.
But he can overfarm a little bit with Frost, which is quite big, I guess, because the Lapras needs like 4 ice shards for the next Surf, so he can definitely farm to the Avalanche and a little bit over.
Oh yeah, but Johnny's not taking any chances. He's just getting this Lapras out as soon as possible.
I think this is a really great play as well, because again, once this thing is gone, Frostlass can just go off, even if it doesn't have much energy. And same counts for Mandibuzz, to be honest. The biggest
it's true, yeah.
Mandibuzz and Frostlass threat is out of the way.
Yeah, and Mandibuzz is essentially like a second shield in itself, so... Oh, Drift Blim.
Interesting.
That is... Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to shield this if you're the Drift Blim, unless you're just using it as a sacrifice, but that's not that smart either, because the Frostlass still has a lot of energy and health.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Johnny tries to catch a move right here, but they see him tied. Is he gonna let it go, or is he gonna shield? Ooh, calls the Icy Wind.
Oh man, okay.
Wow, great call. Oh, swaps the Mandibuzz anyway. That does make sense, because then he won't have to shield the next move.
Yeah, and just getting a ton of energy here.
Yeah.
I mean, even a debuffed Mandibuzz will still have a decent amount of health that it can throw. Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially against the Primeape in the back.
With no shields.
Yeah, that's not good news for the Primeape, but very good news for Johnny. Debuff Airways actually doesn't do that much.
But luckily he was able to farm up a lot. I think this one will be probably enough to take it out.
Yeah, maybe with a Snarl, but yeah.
No, I mean, close combat, but then he's down anyway.
Yeah, he still has the Frostlass with a shield, which will be able to take out both the Drifblim and the Primeape. Wow, we haven't seen Johnny lose yet.
Yeah, he's on fire.
He is on fire. He's really making this Frostlass Mandibuzz score do work against pretty much all of his opponents. Yes, he is here.
He's throwing your emoticons at you. Yeah.
Oh,
super
throwing
well played. Yeah.
Emoticons just like he's throwing the avalanches.
Quick and fast. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well played by Johnny.
Yeah. And we are buzzing through this. Yeah, when it turns out when you're sweeping, you're really sweeping here. So he hasn't lost a match yet.
No.
And we're actually on to round 5. Round 4 was when they're practice tournaments, not everyone can play every single round, so some people had dropped out by this point. But so now Johnny's on to the 5th round against Ayad.
Yeah.
Made.
Made.
It's an M constructed out of 2 I's and a Y.
I see it now.
It took me a while as well, but I faced Made as well, and that's when I figured out what what the name was.
We were doing, what was it, the gym breakers, and there was one of the Spanish players, and we're like, you don't call me, you don't see me, we don't, and so he was in the chat and he just had to explain, everyone was explaining where their screen names came from.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Apparently he made it when he was 10 years old.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah.
I really like Gyarados here. I think a lot of the Germans, or at least a few of the Germans that I've talked to, are really, what do you call that? Are really looking at Gyarados as a core breaker in this meta. Like looking at most of the Pokemon, depending on whether you run Waterfall or Dragon Breath, Gyarados does really well. I mean,
even against Galvantula, it gets to an Aqua Tail, I think. So
exactly.
Galvantula has a shield.
What do you feel is better, the Waterfall or the Dragon Breath? In this team comp for Made. I mean, he could be doing the double dragon strategy as well, but these are both very frail dragons.
Yeah,
I think in general, it's Dragon Breath, right? What do you think, Xevious?
Yeah, I think so too. It makes a little bit more sense here because he's going to be running a double dragon. Basically, instead of the Kingdra, he's running a Gyarados, which is not, Kingdra does take dragon type super effective damage, but Gyarados does not because it's not a dragon. So makes a little bit more sense as a safe swap here. But I would love to see how he use.
Made has a very squishy team because if you just take out Mandibuzz, all the other mons will need shields because they cannot just they cannot take a charge move basically. Because even the Dragonite, I don't know if it's a regular one or a shadow one, but even if it's a regular one, I mean, yes, you have a good matchup against the Primate, but the Night Slash does a ton to your Dragonite.
Yeah, but all these Pokemon get to their charge move so quickly, though. I think the slowest, besides Mandibuzz, I think the slowest charge moves is like 6 seconds, like the Dragon Claw from Dragonite, and the rest is just a Primate throws him after 5 seconds. Excadrill gets charge moves after 5 seconds. This is a very quick team.
Yeah, maybe that's the strategy. It's just wearing down, knowing that most Pokemon need multiple shields in this cup. And he's just saying, "Yep, okay, well, we'll throw as many charge moves as we can at him."
Yeah, burn those shields and then just sweep.
Yeah, and basically the only way to deal with this is bring in Mandibuzz and Wishcash and say, "You want me to shield? No, I'm not gonna."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get straight into the match.
So what did you bet here? So on the team comp, we are expecting maybe some bulk then from Johnny's side.
This is tough because Mandibuzz and Wishcash do bring the bulk for Johnny, but like Wishcash gets countered by Dragonite and Gyarados, and Mandibuzz also not the best matchup, and the Mandibuzz gets walled by Excadrill, and I think the Excadrill Mandibuzz matchup is quite close, but it's not comfortable, and the same counts for Melmetal, so it's kind of tough to bring those, but I think he's definitely bringing the Mandibuzz because double steal. I don't think we'll see it, as Johnny does have multiple steal answers. In of course, Hitmontop, Wishcash, so bring double steal doesn't seem like the best play for Made. So that's why I think Mandibuzz is definitely a good choice. And then he could maybe go with Froslass as a safe swap to lure out a steel type, perhaps, and also good damage versus the Gyarados and the Dragonite and the Primate, right?
Yeah, I think Ninetales might have some play as well if you can avoid those two pseudo dragons. So,
yeah, definitely.
He could have some play as well. So let's see how Johnny this.
Yeah, maybe even the Hitmontop.
Yeah, as well, indeed.
Let's see if he brings it. You still haven't seen a Stone Edge hit a Mandibuzz. I'm kind of disappointed. All right, Mandibuzz into Primate. Oh yes, does have the Hitmontop. All right, we might see it.
This is a fairly neutral matchup. So yes, the Primate can take this matchup if he plans the close combat after the bait. But the Mandibuzz is so bulky, and you will need to shield being the Primate here.
Definitely can take one though, and very smart taking the first because he's probably gonna throw close combats, and you don't want to take aerial ways when your defense is debuffed. That's for sure. Let's shoot the second one.
Shielding this one, and then for the Mandibuzz, I think he might survive this close combat with a few HP.
Definitely. Does it get to another aerial ways though? Is he gonna be quite close? Does not. And the Primeape ends this matchup with a bunch of energy, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
So shield is up. Shield's a close combat. That's a really good shield. And now he's gonna be able to farm down the Primeape. Only gets like 2 counters though, because
only exactly a double debuff. And here comes the Gyarados as we were expecting. And let's see if we can connect the. Oh, this is definitely an Aqua Tail.
Yeah, and he can definitely tank this. Does he connect the Stone Edge though? I think we might see a no shield. Ooh, a shield. All right, makes sense. Now Wishcash is free to Blizzard though. No shields in play. Is he gonna shield this move?
Yeah, it could be a crunch. Actually, I think he might have some energy for the crunch, but still an Aqua Tail.
Over farming a little bit. Whoa! Wow! Catches a Blizzard. That's really good.
Yeah. Very, very well played by a mate.
Definitely. Here. That's gonna make it really tough for Johnny.
Yeah, but still though, this Mud Bomb is probably going to be enough to KO the squishy Melmetal. Not enough, but almost enough. Plus the 2 mud shots, additional mud shots.
I think it died with the superpower. If it would have gotten off the superpower, I think this game would have been over. But now it's going to be really close.
Yeah,
very
close.
Oh, tries to catch. Oh no, but now the Gyarados can farm down. Yeah, and I think Wishcash loses the CMP, so yeah, it does have their move ready. Yeah. Lose the CMP, that's very unfortunate. I'm not sure if the Gyarados was at the Aqua Tail yet, but he was definitely close, so...
Yeah, it was very close, and very interesting from Mate as well to not throw. He waited, maybe expecting the sack swap as well from the Whiscash.
Exactly. Very well played by Mate, that's for sure. Catching that Blizzard was huge. Let's see how Johnny adapts in this next match. I'm thinking we might see the same line, to be honest, but he does lead the Melmetal this time and picks up the Dragonite, which is huge.
Yeah, this time we have the Melmetal against the Dragonite in the lead.
This Dragonclaw hurts, though, from a Shadow D-Knight. So, he does decide to no shield, though. It makes sense. It only does like 25, but still, for a resisted move, quite a bit of damage.
Dragonite is squishy, but it's hard hitting as a Shadow. Even.
Whoa! Lets it go and brings in the Primeape. 2-shield Primeape versus Frostlash actually wins. So Mate could decide to pick up switch advantage here, or not even switch advantage, but win this matchup.
And Johnny decided to let the first Night Slash go. So now the Primeape, if he double shield, will have we can be loaded on energy with let's say still in the green Primeape, and it swaps to Gyarados.
But Frostlash does get to the Avalanche, and this does a ton. I think we might see another shield here. Ooh, a no shield.
No
Very
shield.
Interesting.
Good call on Mate.
Oh, he's gonna farm down with the Melmetal. I really like that because then he gets a superpower ready for the Primeape. Shoots the Aqua Tail, farms down the Gyarados.
He can farm down and be loaded on energy.
For Rock Slide.
Throwing the Rock Slide, and I assume he's going to swap out after grabbing a shield into the Hitmon top. That will make sense.
Now he just shoots his up and counter down, I guess. Or Oh my god. Cost a Night Slash.
No shield. That's
Wow.
very, very bold. Ooh.
Very bold. But even though the opponent got the attack boost, it really doesn't matter. The Hitmon top has the close combat ready, and this will kill like 5 Primeape.
Yeah. This could kill the Primeape, I think, 10 times.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, well played by Johnny.
Very nice, very nice adaptation in game 2 by Johnny, and Maid as well, showing us how Squishymons can perform quite well in this cup as well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Now, what are you thinking? Third game, are we gonna see the Dragonite again? It kind of didn't do that much this game, so I don't know.
It might be surprising to maybe bring another ones we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Primeape into Frostlass. All right, this is a very interesting matchup because Primeape wins this in the 2 shield, but Frostlass wins the zeros and ones. So we're just gonna see how they play it.
Frostlass can pick up the 1 shield if he has a good IV Frostlass, because you survive the Night Slash plus the counter damage. Here, throwing this avalanche, likely grabbing a shield from the Primeape.
Does grab the shield and he's gonna make his way over to the next avalanche. If he wants to make it there, though, he will have to shield this. And take another counter.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a boost. If he boosts it, it'd be devastating. Alright. No boost. Does get to the avalanche. And now the Primeape has to make a difficult decision.
Now it's up to the Primeape to decide if he wants to keep switch, or if he wants to go down 2 shields, or if he wants to decide to commit to a shield.
Does shield up, but Hitmon top shields down is so powerful versus Maid's team. With the Stone Edge in a close combat, it hits everything for super effective damage and hard hitting super effective damage. So this is gonna be
shielding the close combat, and let's see how the Stone Edge is about to do to the Gyarados here.
It will definitely put him into the undercharges. Oh wait, it kills? Wow. All right, that's just crazy. Oh wow, Excadrill does outpace Hitmon top though, but. Oh wow, it's gonna catch. That was unnecessary, but all right. Very nice catch.
For the flex.
Very nice flex.
Actually, I was expecting to see the Excadrill. That's why I was telling you just earlier that maybe he's going to bring one monster I haven't seen yet. So
well,
thanks,
you guessed correctly, but unfortunately, we didn't see it for long. It just died.
Yeah, I think it's too squishy for the Great League Excadrill. I know you run it in the Ultra. I think it has a bit more bulk there, so.
I actually really like it in Vortex Cup, but it's very tough. I think you need to pair it with some more bulky options, and Maid's team is just a bit too squishy for it. I feel like, but that made it very close. So well played by Maid, and also very well played by Johnny, of course, taking another victory. Moving on to the finals.
Oh man, this is going to be super interesting. Yeah, it is the finals. Against Alana. I think her boyfriend is in the chat and cheering her on.
Alana is in the chat as well, I think.
Yep, they're both in the chat.
They're both in the chat.
Alright.
Alright.
If you see Alana's team.
Euphis is actually surprisingly gone under the radar, to be honest. I don't really know why people are not bringing it a little bit more. I was looking a little bit, doing my. I have nothing to do, so I'm going to do some sims. Euphis does look really, really good in this meta. I mean, because almost every team has a Primeape, a Ninetales, a Mandibus. It does very well against these three. It's also very bulky. It just looks like, as PD said, a Canadian maple syrup pancake, but it's fairly bulky.
Yeah, it does struggle versus Frostlass though, which is also on every team. But if you can avoid it, definitely put in work. I think versus Johnny, like beats 3 out of 6, and I guess versus Hitmontop, it's probably kind of neutral. Just to watch out for the Frostlass and the Wishcash, which Alana can beat with. I think the Pelipper and the Frostlass do well versus both of those. So maybe we'll see like a Frostlass Stunfisk score. I think that can be quite solid.
And we might see a rise of usage in Stunfisk because the meta is as well switching a lot to those rock type.
Yeah, Purple Pass.
And yeah, Scrussel as well is quite rising a lot. So that might be as well something that we could see even more throughout the end of this month when it comes to the Vortex cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Crustle also. Yeah, Crustle. I'm really liking the amount of pressure that she's putting on people not to bring Mandibus, because and I'm also really liking the Blaziken pick. I mean, it picks up Frostlass in the ones, which is really nice. Melmet will just melt, basically, goes back to its original form. So it's a lot of spice, and yes, of course, Wishcash does well against it, but no Wishcash wants to sit there and take all those counter damage from Blaziken, because
that last thing from Blaziken does a lot as well. We've yet to see the moveset, of course, could always be Stone Edge, but both do just a ton.
It's probably Stone Edge. I guess in this meta it makes sense to have Stone Edge.
Yeah, to scare the flag.
Yeah, for the Manibus does make sense.
But does Stone Edge do more than a Blast One?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Super effective Stone Edge. I think
actually,
definitely.
if you play correctly, you pick up Mandibus with the Blaziken.
Wow.
The Stone Edge.
I was just going to say, though, you wanted to see the Stone Edge on the Mandibuzz last game. It didn't happen, but we did see it take out the Gyarados in a one-shot.
But I still want to see a Stone Edge in a Mandibuzz. I'm very hopeful that the next three matches will contain a Stone Edge on the Mandibuzz.
Sir Corey says, "Oh, it's brave of you guys to assume she has elite TMs."
All right, so Blaziken and Brave Bird.
Surprise us. Yeah, surprise us.
Oh, man.
Let's check.
That'd be strong. Wow, Brave Bird on a Wishcash. That is hard. Right? All right.
So what are you expecting to see from each opponents here?
Oh man, I think I do like the Frostlass Stunfisk score on Alana's side, and I think from Johnny, it's tough. I think it's tough for Johnny. Maybe I think the Frostlass is very strong, just as a safe swap, just as a watch out for the Crustle. Mm-hmm. But once the Crustle is out of the way, like I think if he leads something like Hitmontop and then maybe like Frostlass safe swap, he is in a very good spot, because even if Crustle comes in to take out the Frostlass, he can farm it down with Hitmontop, and Hitmontop with energy versus Alana's team is just very scary.
Yeah, indeed. So let's see how he decided to play it out, and how Alana as well decided to play this exciting last game.
Yeah, let's go. Wishcash into Pelipper. That's a very tough matchup for Johnny. Swaps it to Melmetal. Wow.
Yeah, this is interesting because Alana is staying in. I assume to throw this weather ball and swap out.
Yeah, no instant swap though, so I'm guessing no Stunfisk or Blaziken in the back. Maybe he has like Frostlass Crustle or something, or maybe the Mandibuzz even. Shielding up. Pelipper does get to these moves like at the same rate as Melmetal, but since she was wing attack ahead, does outpace the Melmetal slightly.
And shielding again, Johnny is shielding, this time using his first shield, and now throwing the rock move. Let's see if against Alana committing to the two shields.
Throws another. Ooh, wow! Oh, now goes into the Stunfisk.
Very nicely played to catch the rock slide into the Stunfisk. This is
that was
just
solid.
Tickle at the Stunfisk.
I'm very surprised he didn't bring in the Stunfisk way earlier though, because the that could have saved a lot of Pelipper's HP. But now she can at least chip the Wish Cache down with the Stunfisk. I guess there's a very good play by Johnny as well, not letting the Melmetal get farmed down, saving up some energy, and now bringing in the Wish Cache to tank all the moves from the Unova Stunfisk.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation for the Stunfisk. This is the Pokemon the Stunfisk doesn't want to see, basically, because it just has no play against the Whiscash.
This Mud Bomb likely not gonna KO, but now we can just farm up a little more and throw the Mud Bomb in just a second.
Yeah, exactly. And Johnny deciding to not shield. Now he's going to be in the red, but he just can farm maybe. Could have gone for the farm down. I think here.
I think the Stunfisk gets some adds some extra energy. So that made it quite tough to farm down. I think in comes the Mandibuzz. All right, it's not a Stone Edge, but we are gonna see a Blizzard hit. That is also quite satisfying. In comes the Blizzard. Exactly. How much does this do?
It's not going to KO, but it's going to do a lot.
That's nothing. Mandibuzz is just too tanky. All right. Mandibuzz does have a bunch of energy though, which is kind of rough for the Melmetal as well. Yeah. No, it does have energy. Yeah, it does have energy.
Ooh. This is very nice play from Johnny, denying the energy of the Mandibuzz by throwing the charge move, and here come the Inmon top with one shield in the back. That's good. That's going to be enough. It's likely a weather ball, so it's not going to KO.
Johnny always with the risky no shoots, but does call it perfectly. So very well played by him. One thing I've learned from this tournament is never bait against Johnny. Because you just gotta no shoot.
And he goes close combat for the flex.
Yeah, that KOs a couple Pelipers. GG, well played.
Yeah, very nice for first game here. What are you thinking that how the two players are going to adapt for the second game?
I think we might not see that many adaptations. I think Alana might realize that her lineup was good, but she might be able to optimize her play a little bit to win that game. So she might just be stubborn and play the same line. And I think the same counts for Johnny, to be honest. He came back from a bad lead. The line works, so why change it? Right?
Yep, exactly. I think so. I think that if she had swapped out a bit earlier the Pelipper in game one, she would have probably won the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let's see. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, we do see the Melmetal. Oh, yeah. Last time, of course, he led with Wish Cache, but now it's the Melmetal on a Pelipper. That's very bad for Pelipper. But as we saw last time, these weather balls do hurt, and Melmetal will have to shoot the subsequent ones.
Shield at some point, exactly, but the Melmetal is in a pretty good spot here. Let's see if Alana decides to shield.
Yeah, of course. Yes, Pelipper will definitely need to shield that. Women's CMP here. Oh, Melmetal winning the CMP, or maybe the weather ball just wasn't thrown. Alana definitely needs to shield here, though, if she wants to keep the Pelipper alive. Now going in with the weather ball, we are going to see a shield to keep the Melmetal alive. Will we see another? Maybe we'll see another sacrificial swap. That'd be quite nice.
I assume that's the play for
swaps a bit early. That's fine. In comes the Wish Cache again. Yeah, this is
looking good for Johnny and rough for Alana.
Yeah, definitely. This is not where you want your Unova Stunfisk, but this is definitely where you want your Wish Cache. Going for the Mud Bomb. I do like this. I think you could go for the Blizzard and then just kill it, but going for the Mud Bomb allows you to get some extra farm. Basically farm to 100 and then throw the next, and then you'll end up with a bunch of energy ready.
Yeah, for the next month. That sounds like if indeed the smart play here.
Exactly. Yeah, and he does farm up a bunch. It throws his mud bomb right before the Van Stunfist gets to the mud bomb, which is really good play. Doesn't want to get chipped down more. This way he might reach a blizzard versus the Pelipper if it comes back in. Waiting out the switch timer. Oh, it's the Mendebuzz. Yeah, this is definitely gonna get to a blizzard. Ooh, wow.
Oh,
Almost got the move, but Johnny very patient and doesn't throw the blizzard.
and this rock slide is going to kill the Pelipper. And now
Yeah,
it's a 3-2-1. Man, that's rough.
yes, this was just very solid team composition by Johnny, calling opponent's line very, very hard. So that was just well done. Coming in with the Frost Lass at this point. Avalanche almost fails. He can take a power play, and he still has a blizzard on the Wish Catch.
Yeah, he can tank a move and just fire back the Avalanche. And even if the Avalanche is maybe not going to kill, but is going to put the Mandibus straight into the red.
Yeah, at this point, Powder Snow down. And it's game over. Yeah, very well played by Johnny. Also a good attempt by Alana, but the team comp was just like very, very tough. Not much.
She was saying in the chat that she was stubborn. So
she did run the same line twice. So confirmed stubborn.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it earlier though, but she said that she was lagging at the beginning, so she didn't realize that the Melmetal had switched in. She thought it was or else she would have switched out sooner. So that
that is one annoying bug that sometimes happens. Yeah, that you get into the game a bit late and you miss the first second. And since Johnny instant swapped, I guess he didn't see that he actually led the Witch Cache. Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
So she did a really nice job of swapping on the charge move, but she wouldn't have needed to if she realized that the Whiscash was the lead.
Definitely. Yeah, that's the one thing about practice tournaments. In actual tournaments, you can ask for a rematch, but in the practice tournaments, we usually just suck it up, and it is what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
she said it's okay. She beat her boyfriend, so.
Sir Corey, buy her a new phone.
Yeah, actually a good story. Sir Corey and Alana faced off in the previous round, in round 5, and they are a boyfriend and girlfriend, of course. And Alana took the victory there.
Ooh, that's really nice.
So I think Corey probably stepped on the couch at night.
Sir Corey is in our EPL lobby, and he's always one of the hard people to beat. So.
Awesome.
So I'm impressed.
But I really do like her team comp with a lot of spice, to be honest. Pelipper being also surprisingly good in this meta. So yeah, it was really well played, really a good team, but not adapting just cost a little bit for Alana, I think.
Yep. And Johnny just did a great job at adapting and. Yeah. Also with this spicy team threw some opponents off guard, I think, which really helped him.
They're both in the chat. I'm curious, are you guys still running these teams in your actual tournaments as well, or was this just kind of some spice stuff you guys threw together for the practice? Oh, Sir Curry said something. Oh, Johnny. Okay.
Johnny was afraid of the blaze. Yeah, I would have been as well. Looked quite strong. Yeah. Yeah, did we ever see the Ninetales come out, by the way, from Johnny? I think maybe one game.
Yeah, he used the Ninetales when he was into the switch into the Lapras, the Shadow Lapras.
Oh yeah,
true.
And he played it perfectly, actually, with the Ninetales tanking the Surf, reaching the two weather balls. That was like very well played.
Oh yeah. That was a really good game.
And
I really
Yes, sorry, Abby. On paper, just noticing that maybe Galvantula is less and less common in the last cups. So Pelipper could have some play in the, like, let's say, future tournaments, because if Galvantula is like the hardest check, I think, in the meta to the Pelipper. So if people are starting to let's say to not use anymore the Galvantula, Pelipper could become a great pick.
Yeah, but we are also seeing a rise of Probopass and Crustle, of course, so that might make it a bit tough, but at least Pelipper can hit those back with Weather Ball.
Yeah, exactly. At least you have some play with the Weather Ball.
My current team that I'm running has 3 that are weak to the Crustals and Probopasses if they're doing Rock Throw, and it's really made me kind of question what I'm going to do for future tournaments if I'm going to keep it, because I have a Galvantula right now in it, but yeah, the threat of these rock moves are almost enough to make you not want to bring them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I really want to try and run the sims on how Hitmontop versus Mandibus goes, because I do know that, I was just saying just before that Mandibus does pick up the Primate with the 1 shield, even though it goes straight close combat. If you throw the moves right, you should be able to pick that up. I want to see how that works out with Hitmontop, because Hitmontop is a little bit more bulkier. Mm-hmm. So I definitely want to sim it. And if that works out for Hitmontop, it does look like a very, very strong option, to be honest. It's bulkier. And with Xylos, you're no longer going to be afraid to shield the body slam. But what could be a problem is that its moves comes much later than.
It only has
I looked it up for you. Hitmontop wins versus Mandibus straight Stone Edge in the ones. And it actually survives with a 35 HP.
Oh my god.
And in the twos, you win the twos if you bait, you can win the twos. Yeah, but it's very close. But the Hitmonchan or Hitmontop can just win the twos straight close combat.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Pretty crazy. Pretty wild.
Oh man, that's actually going to be super nice to have on your team.
And I'm seeing someone in the chat is talking about Talonflame. So I saw Alana and Sir Corey that are telling that it was before Talonflame CD, but indeed Talonflame could be an interesting pick as well in the tournaments that just started. If you have played GBL the last few days, you have seen that.
I don't want to talk about Talonflame with Tho in the same conversation.
I'm not pointing my finger at someone in particular here, but I do believe Talonflame can be an interesting pick. It has some play against a lot of mons, and with if you know how to practice the Incinerate and to time your charge move, could be deadly in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I think Talonflame is a really good Primate Frost / Core Breaker. So I think Hitmontop can probably take the Talonflame matchup. So that might give it even more of a niche.
Interesting. Tho, what are you running in your actual tournaments? Do you have any insight or any tips for people who are going into their next rounds?
Quagsire. We didn't see any Quagsire.
It's true.
We need more Quagsire.
I'll be lost to a Quagsire.
My Pokemon. Why? Why would you bring that up? I lost to a Quag, but it was really, really close games. It's one of those Silph games that gives you like a lot of adrenaline rush because I was shaking for 10 minutes after the games. It was so close. Like the first game, I made a stupid mistake, and that cost me the game. I had a shield up. I had like a Ninetales against a Primate, and Quagsire had like 10% HP. For some stupid reason, I shielded the Night Slash on the Primate, and the Quag just swapped in and Stone Edged me.
Nice.
I was winning that game.
I was so happy about it.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah. Game 2, what is it called? I won by timeout.
What?
And I had like my
Vortex?
Yes, I had Mandibus.
Yeah, what are you even using in this cup?
That sounds impossible in Vortex.
How can
I will show you guys the games later. I will send it to you. So.
Right. It's crazy.
I ran a Mandibus Primate and what is it called? Mandibus Primate and Ninetales. And the timeout was Mandibus versus Mandibus. I had 21 HP. He had 17 HP or something. It was that close. And the last game, I lost CMP tie to the Mandibus. I had air slash. He had airless. He had airless. CMP tie. He fixed it. It was this close.
Wow, so much for your high ranked Mandibus.
Hey, IVs don't matter till they do. That's the saying we have in PvP Academia. So go for the high IV.
On that note, too, while we're kind of talking about these cups, we're sponsoring a cup that is starting on Friday. It's the Brussels Mega. I'm going to put the link in the description now. We have like 90 some competitors right now who are interested, including some really high name people from around the world. If you guys are still looking for tournaments, you should definitely join because it's going to be a lot of fun regardless.
Exactly.
And you get this
on that note. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. And you get this really cool trophy. Though, can you show us the Waffle Cup trophy?
Yeah.
You still have it?
I was just going to say, Though, can you show us another trophy that
Actually,
you
two
maybe
trophies.
just got? Yeah.
Yeah, two.
I have the waffle.
And the rose?
No, and I have the Clash of the Typings
Cool.
trophy. Both made by Kevin, who also made the carrot, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're really cool.
So if you guys want to win this trophy, if you're American, don't worry. When Lundberger finally decides to go visit home, she'll give you the trophy.
Yeah.
But for the rest of you Europeans, we'll get there.
We have a bunch of US players that are joining the cup. Kalin Peg will be there, Rice as well.
I think Stone Collection also joined.
He's from Germany, right?
Yeah. From Germany.
Oops.
But I mean, like, you really have a lot of super skilled players that will be participating into the cup. So this is a great opportunity to just face the best or among the best into the game and really to learn about yourself and about your skills.
Exactly, and if you want to like gain some really quick elo, if you're lower ranked, if you win like 5 out of 7, you're probably going to have a pretty high boost. Especially considering the amount of there are like very few rivals on there. So if you want to have like a really high skill cup, I think you could have a lot of fun here. And I hope Thomas joins, but I know he doesn't want to schedule games with people from outside of Europe.
I'm probably joining. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He's looking at this trophy.
Too much fun to pass off.
Yeah, and he wants to add the third trophy to his collection.
Yeah, I like this character a bit too much.